Here it is, the DJI Osmo Nano. Let's give it an open. My new vlogging camera is here. Pardon me, it's 7:30 in the morning and I have not been waking up early lately just because it's been cold AF. Today is a quite busy day. I've got some things lined up for me today, starting with a junk drop. Basically, I have people coming over to pick up a bunch of junk that I'm throwing out because I don't need this. As you can see, this office has a lot of things, and that's not even the half of it. There are way more things out there, but you gotta start somewhere by getting rid of things that are absolute junk. I jumped the gun on getting this camera. I have this Osmo Pocket and I love the Osmo Pocket. However, I have noticed that it becomes a little too much of a safety hazard, I guess, because I'm too self-conscious about it. This is way smaller. Look how tiny this is. And it has pretty much the same output as the Osmo Pocket. I was asked recently to shoot a indie run and gun movie, and I thought this would also be a great addition to the team. So yeah, let's see how this works. I feel like I'm also in the midst of doing all of this, I'm starting to slowly wake up. So that's good. The fresh air, I'm getting a little sweaty, even though it is so cold. And that's a good thing. That's a good sign. We did it! The operation is complete. I repeat, the operation is complete. This is so cool. Having a monitor right here, but also the fact that this is so small and discreet, it just makes me feel less self-conscious, and I'm excited to see what else I can do with this camera. I'm gonna go and get ready right now. I have a chiropractor appointment, but that's in 2 hours, so I'm gonna change my clothes, do some laundry, brush my teeth, and then I'm gonna do my morning pages because I'm going strong with the artist way. And then after that, we can get started on the day. Walk to my chiropractor appointment. Look at my new camera.
It's attached to you.
Mm-hmm.
So what you do, you put all the seasoning. I was thinking to cut it in half, but I was thinking let it soak with the whole thing. I think this is good enough. And I put thyme in there. Now we're just gonna do this thing. Oh yes. Go swimming. Let's go swimming. Everybody. You all set. Everybody. Right on. Right. Okay, we want to keep it as another 35 minutes, okay? Okay.
Hey vlog! Oh, where's the camera? Oh, it's there? Wait, is this new? Whoa. Hey vlog! I'm glad you can't smell because my breath stinks. Should we do the scene in
Live Maddie?
No, not Live Maddie. The scene in 13 Going 30 where they brush their teeth together with Jenna Rank and Mark Ruffalo's character.
That is not from 13 Going on 30.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's from the cheerleader movie.
Huh? Really?
Bring It On. It's from Bring It On.
Really?
Yeah, girl, it's from Bring It On.
Oh. Stereo.
The things we do for art. Cold shower, let's go.
It's 9:01 a.m. According to New Scientist, researchers at Rutgers University published a study in Nature Chemistry demonstrating programmable plastics that can break down under everyday conditions without heat or harsh chemicals. By borrowing principles from nature, scientists added tiny chemical groups next to molecular bonds that act like switches, controlling degradation rates by adjusting the angles of these helper groups. This breakthrough allows manufacturers to program plastic lifespans ranging from days to years, depending on the intended use, potentially addressing the global plastic pollution crisis, where less than 10% of the 400 million metric tons produced annually gets recycled. Sleep Affirmations playlist on Spotify.
Being a millionaire is so much fun.
I'm very proud of myself because I've been doing these Artist's Way morning pages every day consistently since the second day of Vlogmas. I think it's been a full week of the Artist's Way, and I've gone on artist dates, really have been immersing myself, building confidence in myself. And because of that, I feel like my inner artist is really learning how to thrive, especially with all of the doubts that I started this month out with, and my sickness and everything. It feels like journaling and writing the Artist's Way 30 minutes a day, just trying to get to the other side of my intrusive thoughts and like not judging them and just getting it all out is really helpful to healing and recovering myself as an artist and figuring out like how I can go about my day and put my best foot forward. The more I write and journal, the more I'm realizing you just need to just write as fast as you can, get to the other side. Whatever is on your mind, just write it. Don't think. Whatever you have to say, just let it all out, get to the other side. Don't think, just do. You can get it done. 30 minutes a day, that's like a meditation. I also still want to meditate too. So it's like hard to manage all of these things, but I do think that what I put into my habits in life is going to really benefit me. And what I am looking out for is my long-term future self, who I really want to make proud of. And you know, Tristan, 10 years from now, I hope you're proud of me. I hope you're watching this video. Because how crazy would it be that you have not only lived 10 years, but you are looking back at a version of yourself that really wanted something and really wanted to improve himself and become a better man. You guys don't get the reference unless if you know. If you know, you know. All right, we're back in the car. It's around 3 p.m. We're headed to my piano class. I went to the chiropractor. I edited a lot of my Vlogmas vlogs, and I feel like I'm getting back into that zone, that creative rhythm, especially with the lifeoff&t YouTube channel. I feel like there's been a lot of just not wanting to make videos anymore, and I think with this camera, it brought a lot of inspiration and spark for me to just like go back into the editing room and start editing. I love playing around with this camera. It's so small. I can put it in so many different places. I love that it's magnetic. I have my Osmo Pocket 3, and while that is a very small camera, it's not as small as this. On top of that, the Osmo Pocket 3 is a gimbal, so there's also that sort of second-hand worry that I'm constantly thinking about to keep the camera safe. And it makes me treat this object like it's so fragile, and it doesn't
allow me to put myself out there and take risks the way that I feel like I can do with this. I also have a magnetic mount for my Osmo Pocket 3, which is really fun to use, but the fact that this camera is built in with magnets makes everything so much easier, keeps the camera as small as it is, and just overall, I feel like I'm having a great experience. I know this is my first initial impressions and my first day using it, but I can already feel that this is like my go-to camera, like the one that I want to be taking around with me because of how small it is and how easy it is to bring around. Another thing that I'm really liking about this camera is that it has a wide field of view, which the Osmo Pocket 3 does not have, and because of that, it isn't really meant for vlogging in the way that I want to vlog. Not only does a wide field of view have a specific look to it, but it's also a lot easier to have a camera be close to your face and not feel like it's way too close to your face. Just for context, this is a camera that I've wanted for a very long time, since before its release. I think I'm done using the gimbal and I'm ready for something that is more action-based. I think the Osmo Pocket 3 has a lot of use cases, but with this camera, you can place a camera pretty much anywhere with the suction cup, with the magnets, and it just makes vlogging so much more fun, creative, and easier. Throughout this year, I have been using the Osmo Pocket 3 to document my travels, as well as my Sony a7S III. And I found that I was starting to care so much about the image quality of things and perfecting it so much that I didn't really have a chance to just film and just be. And I feel like this is kind of like bringing me back into that. Another thing that I've been doing is like filming on my iPhone. Like there's so many opportunities to just film. And I think right now in the place where I'm at, I just need to be like mass producing, mass creating. And through that, I think over time, I'm gonna be able to improve like my social skills, my ability to vlog in public with this camera. Maybe I'm just convincing myself that this was a justified purchase. However, in the grand scheme of things, I can absorb the loss. This is something that makes me happy today, and it's a purchase that I have sat on for a really long time. And now that I have it, I'm gonna make the most out of it. So on Tuesdays, I have a weekly piano class. I've been learning with my instructor, Dan Lupo. He's been a really amazing piano teacher. He's helped me not only learn music that I'm very interested in, but also push me to like improvise, learn a bit of theory, and is helping me learn to become the musician that I want to be. I started learning piano at a very young age, but I did not find a lot of enjoyment with it. It's a very typical thing in an Asian household to be classically trained in an instrument like piano or violin. And I noticed a lot of people are very similar to me in the sense that they didn't really understand like how amazing learning music is until they got to an adult life where they could make their own choices for themselves. And for me, that's exactly the case. It has been so many years since I've had a piano lesson, and now that I'm able to pay for my lessons and actively pursue music on my own terms, music has never felt better. I feel like I've been able to push myself in so many ways as a musician and as a creative, and yet in so many ways there have been so many difficult setbacks. At the end of August this year, I went to Outside Lands for the second time, and I had this big revelation that music was something that I really wanted to pursue so seriously. And I knew that the learning curve was very steep and that I would have to really apply myself and try very hard and spend decades of dedication towards this craft. And yet I knew that that's what I wanted to do, and I had to start now. That being said, when I started my music lessons, I jumped the gun way too quickly. I said, let's make a shitty song. I'm okay with doing that. Didn't realize that when it comes to making music, especially for me, a sensitive, creative artist soul, I tend to take everything so personally. And when I started writing this sort of shitty breakup song, it became way too personal for me, and I started getting way too in my head about it. Then I realized I didn't know how to sing, and so everything just kind of fell apart, and I realized how steep that learning curve really was. Like, I thought it was steep, it was like way steeper. And I think that's the whole point of the creative process. There's no end point to learning music or to creativity or art. And that's what's so fun about it. You can make a great piece of work and then follow that up with something that like absolutely flops. And that's totally fine, because that's what art is. I guess like in some ways, how people view Taylor Swift and her new album is very similar in that sort of perspective. However, as someone who has The Life of the Showgirl as their top album of the year, I feel like I can't like say anything about that. I do think that there is a certain point in music similar to like compound interest, in the sense that like there's a certain threshold where you reach where you can't go backwards, where you understand the foundations of music and it allows you to build and create on your own, and you can kind of build that sort of momentum on your own. That's what I'm aiming for with these music lessons. The future is uncertain for me. Like, I don't even know if I'm going to be staying in San Francisco like past 2 years. And because of that, I'm trying to take advantage of this sort of lifestyle where I can live rent-free and afford music lessons and learn the foundations. I want to get to a point where I know the foundations of music and I can use that knowledge on my own to build on top of those things and just practice. Right now, I don't feel like I have the full force of my foundational understanding of music theory, and a lot of it, I've noticed, boils down to the confidence in myself. I don't feel confident as a singer, and that's quite obviously because I don't have any real experience as a singer. However, I also don't feel confident like humming in general and just mumbling things. And that's like a very big part of coming up with your own melodies. For artists and for everyone in general, everything that holds us back is within ourselves. If we don't believe in ourselves, unconsciously or consciously, it just causes this sort of chain reaction. Because if I believed in myself and someone had some sort of negative belief, like, I wouldn't let that faze me. Knowing that in itself is a very powerful tool, because once you can kind of conceptualize that and then learn to get out of your head with confidence, you can really learn to thrive and not give a fuck about what other people think. I am so lucky. I found a parking space like right in front of his house, which like never happens, especially because I left like 15 minutes late. I'm 10 minutes early. Dan lives on the other side of town. It's about a 30-minute drive there, but then with traffic and then parking, it adds another 30 minutes. And so it becomes this whole like hour-long hunt. But what I love about it is that when I spend like a whole hour getting here, the act of doing that is also just me giving space to mentally prepare for the class and like think about like how I want to approach my classes. And it reminds me of school, and I wish that I showed up earlier to classes and to school, because when you have time to just like sit there and do nothing, you can kind of mentally get your head straight with your intentions. It is always nice to arrive early. I've never regretted arriving early to something. There are times I've like arrived to my piano class like an hour early, and then I'll just go for a walk. It's a really nice neighborhood. There's like a church nearby, so I'll go to the church, I'll take a pee, and then I'll walk around even more. And then I'll do some vocal warm-ups on my own with like Spotify, which I should probably do right now because I got 5 minutes. I'm really excited for this piano lesson. It's gonna be great, and I'll see you on the flip side. Maybe I'll go watch a movie.
Hi. What's up? So, 100 Nights of Hero, great movie, weird crowd. Honestly, we saw a girl stand up just to sneeze like a few times apparently. Someone was
tripped on the steps.
Yeah. Someone was moaning. We saw two people.
Multiple moans.
Yeah, multiple.
People were snoring.
Yeah. People fell asleep.
People left at the good part.
Oh yeah, they missed the kiss. Oh, spoiler. Charlie was great. She was a witch.
Better than Wicked 2.
Yeah, that could have been an email. Hi, I'm Cam. I go by bad bitch pronouns. Sometimes that bitch, but mostly bad bitch. I'm pregnant. Put a like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Leave a comment. Tell me smash or pass. Bye, vlog.
Bye, Kim.
Bye, friends. Get home safe.
See ya. This is a great test for the low light of this camera. This is not in super night mode, but should I try it? Maybe I'll try it. Okay, we are now in super night mode. Very interesting.
Cool.
Maybe you can see a little bit. See the difference. So we watched 100 Nights of Hero. I really liked it. I love the meta aspect of stories about stories about stories. The best part about stories in itself are that they inspire you, and they are very much like witchcraft because they change people. That's why I am a storyteller, and I'm in that sort of field of business because I know how powerful they can be. So it's really cool and empowering to see a story change characters through the stories that the characters tell. And that's why it's so meta. I really like that.
I felt engaged the entire time, and that's due to the storytelling aspect, but I also think the narrator, Emma, right, is that her name? I think she has a really good narration voice. It was just intriguing to see, like, I think the way that they put the story together and presented it, it just kept you on your toes, and I just felt very engaged by it. Charlie did a really good job. Okay, let's talk about Nicholas Gazantine. I'm really impressed by his range, but I'm more impressed on how he's able to fit all this into his schedule, because I'm like, man, he is booked and busy. Whoever is his assistant and his manager, they must be doing a really good job on his schedule. I'd give it solid 4 stars. I don't think it's like a 4.5 just yet, but I think a 4.25 was really good. I liked it.
Alright y'all, I'm going to bed. Thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed and got a little bit of insight of how I felt about the DJI Osmo Pocket on the first day of me using it. Today I have felt really inspired to just create and film, and I'm really glad that I have this opportunity. At the same time, I think there is so much more that I can be doing with my day and my time. So there's a little bit of a contrast. There's a sense of accomplishment, but also a sense of wanting to continue forward and knowing that growth is there. So if you resonate with that, stick around for the next one. See you guys.